Hey, Smart Sports and MTC Media, taking a look at UVA as they play Duke this weekend. Night game in Durham. I believe it's a 7, maybe 3:30, 7:30. It's an afternoon or evening game. Um, but the Cavaliers are coming off a 22-20 loss at Syracuse. Another game where Brennan Armstrong didn't look like Brennan Armstrong. It's been 4 games. He only has 3 touchdown passes. And I know the coaching staff, Tony Elliott, wants to bring in, um, a foundation of where he wants this program to be and what he wants to look like offensively. But I mean, it's hard to think that there can't be a balance of wanting to establish what you want your offense to look like going forward and finding things within that structure to help Brennan Armstrong out. Armstrong was so good last year. I know he had all incredible types of freedoms, and he was probably doing some things that won't translate to the next level, but was good enough to make him successful on the collegiate level. So I understand there's a balance there. But I think at some point this season, UVA um, needs to kind of meet him halfway with the new coaching staff and the playbook and what his strengths and weaknesses are, because he just looks like he's a guy out there now playing not to make a mistake, trying to limit himself, kind of mute himself. And then I think it's caused inaccuracies, and then the receivers don't even get into any sort of rhythm. I've seen more drops this year than you can shake a stick at, and it's just a tough loss to Syracuse. Um, a game that UVA really could have won on the road, but they head into a Duke team down there at Durham. The Blue Devils are 3-1. They were undefeated until last week, where they took a loss at Kansas, which is better than everyone thinks. First year coach Mike Oko, for Notre Dame fans, they know who he is. Has led the Blue Devils 27 points or more each game for the first 4 games of this season. Now, for me, most of the time I'll give you your 3 keys, but really there is no 3 keys yet, because it's going to be regurgitation. With UVA, what we've seen is we knew Elliott one coming with balance. UVA's running game looks really good. I mean, they really look good. It looks like almost it's going too far into that direction of making sure that can get off and be consistent and make plays and move chains and stuff. And that's taken away from the passing game. And Tony, Elliott talked about balance. Maybe we need to start balancing the other way and getting the passing game back to the dynamics and using those weapons along with the running game, which in the first 4 weeks have certainly gotten established into the correct direction. And the other things on the other side of the ball, UVA's defense has been opportunistic, forced 7 fumbles, have recovered 6. They've really done some things to help the offense out, keep them in games, ensuring that these games aren't blowouts in the first half while the offense is kind of trying to get into a groove. That's probably going to have to continue down at Duke, who does not turn the ball over that much. But making those field flipping plays, giving the Cavaliers offense some short fields until they can sort of get in their rhythm and get into their groove. But again, this is another game on the road that is winnable for the Cavaliers if they can get to that balance and get to that defense making plays for them. Defense doesn't have to be perfect, and it won't be perfect, but I think this is a good matchup for them, just like I thought Syracuse was a good matchup for them. And I think it's a winnable game. I really don't make predictions on this one, but I wouldn't be shocked if UVA goes down to Durham and comes back up to Charlottesville with a win. So again, UVA Duke Saturday, either afternoon or evening. I'm going to have to take a look at the schedule on that. But this is Marcus Washington with MTC Media.